So, this live is basically my accountability live. My apologies that are non-existent because I did nothing wrong. I apologize for nothing, but I'll take accountability for everything. Plain and simple. I'll take accountability for the fact that I was an asinine child through high school who didn't understand social hierarchy, so I acted like a knucklehead just like Naruto. Okay? I acted a fool, tried to get attention or whatever it was. I acted like a child. I do not apologize for that. I'll take accountability for that and own up to it and state that I learned from it because that's factual. Do I deny it? Am I sorry for it? No. I would like to apologize for nothing because I did nothing. I learned from my mistakes. I learned, I adapted, and I evolved. And that's when mistakes aren't a bad thing. They're a good thing. They're lessons. Okay? If you learn from your past so you don't repeat your mistakes in the future, mistakes aren't a bad thing. They're lessons learned so that you can become wiser and older and more refined, if you will. Now, when we choose to react to things and overreact to them and cause a big scene about them, especially when they don't even really pertain to you that much so, and you're just jumping on the bandwagon and then throwing out half-educated opinions on somebody you don't even know about. So those are the people who are actually still stuck in their ways. And if you have that much time on your hands to where, you're going out of your way to try to discredit somebody because they had an opinion that was different from yours. You're no different or no better from the people that you try to point the finger at and say the problem. Because you're saying that my opinion is different from yours, and since I don't have the same PC opinion as you do, I'm the issue, I'm the monster, even though I'm 3 times more educated than you are. But that's neither here nor there. All the people who are from Springfield High School and are doing really good in life, they're not on here causing a scene and bitching and moaning about what I'm saying on here because they got more important shit to do. Like their own lives, their own families, their own careers. All these people that are running their mouth and talking shit about me, none of damn one of them are doing better than me in life. I'm not saying that makes my life any more valuable than theirs. When I'm dead, be just as dead as they are if they die. I bleed the same as they do. I hurt the same as they do. I went through hell. Just like obviously they're still going through hell because they're deflecting onto me. And they have nothing better to do than try to make me feel bad for something I don't feel bad for. Because I have an opinion that differs from yours. Kind of hypocritical there, aren't you? So I won't apologize. I won't block. I won't hide, none of my past. I'll own that shit. I'll own that shit and I'll wear it on my shoulders. And when I go into Congress, and if I get into Congress, I ain't going to change neither. I'll be wearing jeans and a t-shirt, man. I'm here for my knowledge, for my insight. Because I've been on both sides of the spectrum, poor and rich, Republican, and even more towards the liberal side when I was in more poor conditions. Now I'm moderate, okay? Now, do I think a woman should be president? No. And with that being said, it's simply because that women overreact to a lot of things that are said, and the president's kind of the finger pointer when shit goes bad. And that's not sexist because I think Trump has no business being in that position because obviously he lacks the emotional maturity to not react to things that are said about him, okay? That's why every single person that he has said something, he has to throw a big fucking scene about it, make a big fucking deal. Oh, that's fake news. Dude, you're making yourself look guilty by getting angry about it because when you react to it, you show that you're guilty, you fucking idiot. So you're just reinforcing their pre-existing opinion. I don't believe Trump has a mental or emotional maturity, but he's proven himself a successful businessman. All right, knowing what to do with money. He almost went bankrupt in the 80s, so he's learned what not to do. And then re-establishing his brand and making it into multi-millions and millions and billions of dollars. Okay. You know, and with this coronavirus, it's the only reason I believe that he is the choice for the right choice for presidency to continue. If it wasn't for the corona deficit, I'd say the up and coming, I don't even know how to pronounce her name, honestly. Female moderate candidate. Babe, do you happen to know her name?
No.
I'm going to have to look it up. It's some weird pronounced name. I didn't even look up what state she was from or anything like that. I need to educate myself more so on her. So I can make a more educated opinion, not just based on her gender. It has nothing to do with a woman's ability to, you know, understand policies and do the job. It's just the skin of a female is a little not as thick as a man's sometimes. So they're less likely to be able to handle the fucking shade that comes with being a president. And that's my only reason. But honestly, if you can't stomach voting for Trump, vote her all day. I'd say that 100%. I haven't even looked up into her shit, but I know she's a better option than Joe Biden. Okay. Motherfucker is 77 years old. Can't remember half the shit he's going for. He molests children. He has no proof in being a successful businessman like Trump. So if you can't vote for Trump and you can't stomach that, you need to vote for fucking her. So, I mean, as sexist as you think I am, it's quite factual. It's quite not, I'm sorry. And people are going to say, oh, you just claimed it. It's not factual. It's called I'm human, and I twisted my words a little bit before they came out. Shit happens. Cry me a river, build a bridge, and get over it. You know, I'm not going to apologize but I will, like I said, I will take accountability. You know, I will never hide the fact that I smoke weed. Okay, it makes me a better human being. And if you have a problem with me wanting to be a better person, not such a piece of shit, that have a problem with it, dude. I don't care. I'm a better father. I'm a better partner. I'm a better person. And I'm able to think things through first before I do them. Because I'm more calm and collective. When I drive, I don't have road rage. When I get pulled over, I'm a nice guy to the cops. Stroke their ego, and usually I get away with nothing because I'm chill. But when I'm sober, I'm a complete asshole. So why? I'm not going to try to be why would I do that when I can smoke something that's naturally from the earth and it makes me a genuinely nicer person? Band-Aid or not, it's great. And I'm not going to apologize for it. And I'll never stop. I'll never hide it. And I'll never deny it. I am 100% for it. The legalization for it. The hemp portion of it. I'm using it. I plan on using it to remove all the fucked up ways we do things. Investing in solar energy from the tax revenue generated, as well as into the research development of it, the distribution of it, manufacturing of it, the shipment of it, the schools to train people to work on those things. Basically take the people that had the pre-existing knowledge of electricity from Ohio Edison, all the other electric companies, have them come over and do that training so that they then still have those jobs for people so that they can then be their repairmen for that solar energy field. Okay. When shit goes wrong, this complex technology, you're going to need people to fix it. Plain and simple. But almost everything that's going on today is because everybody has an opinion, even though that opinion is probably a shitty opinion and not they have a platform to share it, so everyone's offended, okay? And that's when you come into problems, okay? Everyone's so focused on every little thing overreacting, they're not paying attention to who's Congress, what they stand for. And when that happens over time, because there's no term limits, that trickling down, that corruption goes into state and local governments, okay, and spreads out. And with that being said, once you get to that point, and you already have the roots and the higher up in Congress, then that leads into the judicial branch, okay? It leaks over there, and then they control who runs that. So now that corruption now centers back to the justice system and state and local governors and those kind of things. So it all begins there, okay? And it's mostly y'all's fault. Look in the mirror. Because if you look back all the way to World War II, we can only be as strong as the people that make up our country. And that's why it frustrates me so much when my generation and the young people of the day are so much more worried about somebody like me. I'm no fucking buddy yet, dude. And I say one semi-sexist thing, and y'all lose your shit to the point where you're taking time out of your day to try to bash me and try to make your feeble attempts to hurt my feelings. Like I give a fuck? Dude, I don't. And the thing is, this amazing thing that I've realized, I choose it. And I have my lovely fiance to thank for that. 100%. I would not be the man without that woman. Without my daughter. Okay? I wouldn't have realized the way I was doing things was wrong. But I'm not sorry for it. I learned from it. I evolved. My dad always told me this saying, don't be sorry, be correct. And that's, he always drilled that home, over time I realized my dad was, and here's nothing. I want this video, if you're still watching, shout out to my old man. I used to, because I didn't understand, he wasn't always there. He drank a lot, and he was kind of an asshole. But when I think about everything that he taught me, about the importance of history, about the real world, taking me out on trips with the kids he was teaching at Garfield that were the troubled kids, not talking to me when I was being an asshat, he would be there to tell me how to fix something, how to do it right. But he wouldn't enable me. He'd help me out, pay a couple speeding tickets and be like, this is why you don't do that. When I had my first 40-hour week, he took me out, got me drunk, played pool with me and shit, Dad was a good man. He was just unable to live in ignorance, and he drank himself to death. And when I think about my baby girl, and I want to be able to fix the world for her, if I didn't have this way to do it that I thought of, I would honestly be eaten up inside and not understand how I could bring about that. I plan on taking his name and making good by it. I want to be a Mason. I want to give back to this world. I want to try to make a difference with my one life, because I believe you only get one, man. And, it don't matter how much money I make. It don't matter what I do. If I don't do something meaningful with my life, I will not be remembered past 5-10 years. Nobody will remember Jesse E. Bright, that one guy who was an asshole. It's just not the way the world works. Nobody's going to remember me if I'm that guy. I want to be remembered as somebody who did something with their life. I want to be remembered as somebody who didn't let somebody define who they are. I didn't let my past define my future. Because that's the thing. Our past doesn't have to be our future. We can choose to evolve and learn from our past and not remain in the same ignorant cycle. And that's what I chose to do. It took a lot of time thinking and planning, but I literally executed and thought of a plan to fix every issue as well. And I've been following it for the past 4 months, and it has been perfect, on point, left and right, bringing my family's life from literally 9 months ago, or almost a year ago, I found out my daughter was born. It was this time, I was finding out she was on the way, and I was also getting evicted from my house. That was $900 a month. Okay, in that time period, I got knocked down. I was stressed out. I acted poorly and sometimes towards my woman. I'll own to that up too. I have not been perfect. But I'm not sorry. I am sorry. I was sorry at the time. But I'm not sorry for it now because I learned from it. Because I don't do it. I even have plans to put up camera systems around the house and show my own life on the difference between me sober and me smoking weed. So there's an example right there. I'm saving all those asshole videos of me with the cops when I was acting a fool, and I'm gonna use those. Like, you'd rather deal with this fuckhead than this guy? Hold on. And I'm the one that's high right now. Okay, that makes perfect sense, dumbass. Let's let's elaborate on that. What the fuck is wrong with people? I want to look past the surface and think about the actual problems and fix them. Okay, and I even see messages in movies like Moana. Okay, and in that movie, there's this most sublime message that we're the problem. We're the things that are killing our ocean. Maui came and took the heart. That's the U.S. government. That's the big dog. That's the powerful one. That's the one that has the power to do something, okay? The American people are a Moana, and they have the voice. But without that voice to motivate that big, powerful demigod, nothing can get done. But at the end of the day, we have to restore the heart of the Fiji, and we have to accept that we're the problem. We are the ones that did this. And we got to accept the fact that there's going to be some bumps along the road and some ugly things that are dug up because we fucked up. And we neglected to take care of our own world. And deciding, instead of trying to find a way to remove it, we just all put in a basically giant landfills. We can do things so much more efficiently. Okay, we can take from other people doing things successfully. I don't know if you know this, but for example, Akon, it basically has turned Africa into a second world country where they can self-sustain from just solar rays. I mean, he spent his own money. They have fucking statues of him, okay, in the cities that they're self-sustained. They're no longer like they were. He's bringing order to Africa, okay, and he's done it himself because he chose to make a difference, was do something with his one life, his success, his money. He decided to do something with it. Okay, I've been given the gift to talk. I've been given the gift to adapt. Never get knocked down. When life knocks me down, I find a way to get back up. Because that's what makes a fighter, is being able to get hit and get back up no matter how hard you're hit. Okay? I'm still far from perfect. I'm learning every day. And I will not stop learning till the day I fucking die. Cross my heart and hope to die. No pun intended. This journey has been inspired from a lot of things, my own shortcomings, my daughter, making my father proud, because I didn't get a chance to before he passed. Didn't talk for a year and a half, but he's the reason I know what I know. I can't describe it. I can't prove it by science. I can't make sense of it. I feel one night my father somehow in spirit gave me all of his accumulated life knowledge. I can't explain it. I know it sounds crazy, but there's no other way that explains on why I wake up the day after I have this epiphany, and I know this crazy multi-step plan that now I've executed, and now it's brought my life to a whole new level. And I know things about government that I don't remember learning. I know things about the Freemasons. I know things about so many other things that I have no recollection of even learning about, but somehow I know them. There's no other explanation for me. My father's barber is the one that referred me to a job that got me in LinkedIn with the Freemasons. I'm blown away. I truly am. And it's just, I don't apologize for any of those things, because those things are a part of my history that I adapted and evolved from. Okay. And I learned. And I don't know about you, for a kid that was deprived of half a public education, it's already shitty in itself. Put on multiple behavioral medications for the first 8 years, first from 5 years old to about 12, then being on Vyvanse for the next, 15. And I still take today because it's for ADHD more so. But I'm off my meds right now. Do I sound? No, I'm not. I don't necessarily need it. It just allows me to stay focused a lot easier because of all the behavioral drugs I was put on as a child. I don't say this a lot. This is going to be on record, but it is what it is. My own mother told me I was autistic and retarded and different my whole life. Put me in every kind of behavioral antipsychotic. She was so worried about that, she basically allowed a 15-year-old, it wasn't my dad's fault, it was a friend. Basically, he took advantage of me, molested me, fucked with my head. This is a male, 15. I fucked with my psyche. I went through a whole kind of, identity crisis in high school. Also added to me acting out when everybody treated me differently. Fuck. Didn't know what I was for a while. And that's going to fuck with a kid, especially when somebody doesn't understand social hierarchy, has never been in public school, and then all of a sudden thrown into this with all these traumatic events happening and shit like that, on top of being beaten on a couple occasions. Not heavily, but still, getting kicked out. My mom turned her back on me at 18 after silver spooning feeding me for 18 years, telling me I'm a piece of shit, telling me I'm this, that, and the other, then kicking me out in the world for defending myself versus my stepdad. Okay. He pushed me down the stairs. I was walking up and down the stairs. He was like, "Get the fuck out." I was like, "Go upstairs." I'm walking past. I'm just head down, walking back and forth. 6th time he pushed me down the stairs. I caught myself. I blacked out. It's the first time, man. I came to. Sean was face down the stairs. Had him in a fucking arm around his neck, just cranking his shit. He was begging me to get off, and I turned around and he hit me in the back of the head 4 times. Okay, I was scared. I didn't know. I never blacked out like that before. Me, I could have killed him right there. Okay, and he hit me in the back of the head 4 times. My mom watched this whole thing transpire. I get kicked out. I get abandoned. At first, it's okay. I go stay with my ex, Kaylee, for a little bit. But due to my pre-existing issues, of what happened, I ran into some identity crisis. I experimented because I didn't know what I was. It cost me my relationship, as well as, on top of that, I only got laid like 8 times in a year and a half, dude. It makes a man question, like, is there something wrong with me? Is there something I did? Am I fag? All kind of thing. I know I shouldn't say that, but I'm not sorry, because I went through that same fucking understanding. I didn't understand what the fuck I was. And I realized, it's just because of what happened to me. Doesn't mean that's what I am. And that's why I'm admitting to it today, because it led to many things that made me different and weird and go through stages to deal with that. But I won't apologize for that, and I don't regret that, because I learned and it made me a better person. It made me a stronger individual. It made me a more understanding person to those who are afflicted with those same identity issues. Because not being accepting of who you are and not loving yourself is just fuck. I mean, that would suck. I'm actually trying to work on it with my girl. I'll admit to that. In that time period of 4 years, she worked so much on me, making me better, and she was so selfless that she forgot about herself. And in that time period, I was a monster, because, change is ugly. Mentally, when you're fighting demons, sometimes those demons lash back. And I was not a kind person. and it was not good for her mental health. So now it's my job to do the same favor for her and help build her up and bring her up with me. Okay? Because I own up to all those shortcomings. I will. I will not apologize for them, and I do not regret them, because all those things were necessary to evolve. Okay? I went from, all types of shit, dude. Well, and here's another thing, okay? And then when I got kicked out from Kaylee, my mom helped me get an apartment. But now, this all thing, she helped out. But when we were officially over, I had a job and I was depressed. I didn't know what to do. Threatened to commit suicide. My mom's like a mile away. Nope, can't be bothered to come see me. 4 or 5 months, I've threatened suicide multiple times. You see my mental health deteriorated as shit. See, I'm acting a fool. Lost my job. I had money to pay my little, 1-bedroom apartment. But she couldn't even bother to be a mother and travel, a whole whopping 10 minutes up the road? Check and see if her son was okay? Yeah, it was my first love. Was I probably going to commit suicide? Likely me committing suicide? Probably not going to, okay? But it doesn't matter. I was crying out for my mom, and she couldn't be bothered to come see if I was okay. But my girl's mom bothered to come see if I was okay. That's fucked. When I got kicked out of there, I was basically crashing on people's couches. And one night, I couldn't stay at my friend's house and didn't have anywhere to go. And I knocked on my mom's door, and she said I wasn't welcome in her home. Nowhere to go. I just wanted to shower. Told I'd be out in the morning. I wasn't welcome there. And that's my own mom. She's the only person that was, even though she was the one telling me I was different and all that, she was also telling me that she was the only one I could trust. So, forgive me for being slightly sexist, because my mother is literally the most fake, hateful, nasty human being. I think she's actually a functional sociopath, who thinks that she's incapable of doing anything wrong, but she's completely out of her fucking mind. So when that happened, my buddy Pete, okay, he offered to pick me up, get me drunk, crash on his couch. Okay. That night I didn't get that drunk. I wasn't really a big drinker, but I was just happy to have a friend to help me out. So I tried to drive us home, but I couldn't drive stick. So he was left to drive drunk as fuck. We already had our second bar. Well, he was driving. I remember I was trying to learn how to drive stick in the dark from this drunk guy. Couldn't do it. Just and I don't remember leaving the bar. All I remember is waking up in the hospital. That was the night I almost died. Woke up, I had a broken femur. I took a telephone pole at 55. I shouldn't have been alive. Okay. And even after that, I would try to get my mom to basically let me come home. Okay, I still wasn't welcome home. Even after almost dying, her son, I got a huge amount back. I got a huge settlement, okay? Because I broke my femur and my buddy's insurance was liable, blah, 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 blah. I also helped his ass out. Didn't throw him under a bus. Saved his ass from having to pay thousands upon thousands of dollars because I was the only one who was hurt. And I said, nope, nothing happened. And when they couldn't say anything because I was the only victim and the only person hurt, they couldn't do nothing. It was 1 o'clock in the morning. Okay. Well, I gave him money for rent. I paid for multiple things for him. And I also kept his ass from having to pay thousands of dollars. Okay, but I wanted to come home. Okay, I wanted to come home to my mom. I wanted to go home, stay at my mom's, broken femur. I feel like I want to go home. This happened because you literally left me. I thought, surely this will allow me to come home again. No. I was told that I'm still not welcome in her home. That I'm a threat to her and Sean. Like, how the fuck am I going to be a threat? I can't even walk. But you're supposed to be my mom, and you're supposed to be a nurse, and you're supposed to care about people. But, fuck me, right? I want to stay at home for 6 months and take my $42,000 to $50,000 loan or settlement and go buy my house in cash. But nope. Once again, fuck me, right? So I got a duplex. It's really nice, and I partied my ass off for 6 months. Bought a fuck ton of weed, coke, had kegers. Tried to have everybody in the world be my friend because I felt like I had nobody. Okay, and I'm not going to apologize for being young and dumb. I made a stupid choice. It's the way the dice is rolled sometimes. And I don't apologize for that. I can go further into my mistakes, but I'll make another video because I try not to make my lives go too far. But from what I've been through to where I am now, I think I've dealt with my own problems pretty darn well and have done my best to learn from my mistakes and my issues and struggles in life and learn from them so I don't repeat them. So those things don't continue happening, okay? I just want a better world for my daughter, and, this is just one of those ways because, my past, if I don't own up to it and be transparent about it now, it's going to come back to bite me. And when I'm 35 and I'm running for Congress, okay? Because I'll own up to everything. Yeah, okay? This video right here explained everything that happened to me. What you got? I own that shit. I wear it like I wear this shirt. Don't like me? Fuck you. I represent the people. And you're not going to be able to please everybody. It's impossible. Okay? There are going to be people who don't agree with me, and that's okay. That is okay. You don't have to agree with me. And I understand that because right now I'm nobody. But I'm telling you right now, my sole purpose of making this political journey is not for myself. I don't care. It's for my daughter because I want to try to make the world a better place. Okay? Make minimum wage $20 an hour and keep the cost of living relatively cheap. You know what I mean? You're still going to have to raise it on burgers and shit. McDonald's can't make money, and pay their employees, that much if they're, charging that. I mean, I feel like you can do like $3 or $4 for your value menu and no more than $10 for a good meal there. And you can still make money, and McDonald's is a cheap dinner at $20 an hour, dude. So being minimum wage. So, I have a lot of plans. So, you can hate me or love me, but don't be ignorant. Watch my videos. Realize that I'm not the same jackass I was in high school. And to define me as that is stupid in itself because scientifically it's impossible because every 7 fucking years, our cells die and generate new cells. So we're actually completely different people. Okay, every 7 years. So you judging me for the person I was in high school is so ignorant, it's not even fucking funny. And you're contributing to the actual problem. Ignorance is the most lethal thing above all in this country. And we choose to remain in it because we don't use our smartphones for what they are as vast libraries of knowledge. And choose to educate ourselves so we can remove ourselves from that ignorant ass mindset that we as a younger generation have so willingly taken on. Mistakes are not bad things if we learn from them and own them. If we repeat them, they're bad things. Because then they're not lessons learned. They're just fuck-ups. So, maybe this live video can help inspire some people. I don't know. From what I came from to what I am today, I think I've done a fucking goddamn good job. And if you have something else to say, that's fine. Say it. Just know I'm not going to give a single fuck. Stay classy, America. And rally behind me because, like I said in all my political videos, I can't do anything without the American people. I represent you at the end of the day. Just like I represent the homeowners and I get their shit taken care of. I have a perfect approval rating for the most part, except for the one that had a 4-layer roof. Okay? And the insurance only covers 2 layers. Besides that, every roof that I gotten as leads have been approved. Okay? Been approved. I don't fuck around. Because I don't waste time. I get results. Well, I'm going to end this video before it gets too ridiculous long and nobody watches it whatsoever. Stay classy, America.